I got to say, I'm sorry. Oh, I promise. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
criminals who don't care. Nuzzling, we all stare at the out-of-towners. They better break north before we get and take their face off. The streets is filled with undercovers, chasing brothers. The D's on the roof trying to watch us and knock us. Coppers even come through in helicopters. I drink a little, spark and hold a. The fronters wanna be ill, the spot runners, thinking it can't happen till I trap them. Won't even run about guards, I don't believe in none of that. Your facts are backwards. Nas is a rebel of the street corner, pulling it out the dresser. Police got me under pressure.
Represent, 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 represent.
Now, I'm not your legal type of fella, drinking street dweller who's always on the corner. Less when I dress is never nothing less than guess. Kobe walking with a bop and my hat turned back. Love committing sins and my friends sell raps with a to keep it under my tongue. The school dropout, never like from day one, cause life ain't for stress, fake crab stunts. So I guzzle my while pulling on mad. The type who be in your elevator. Somehow the rap game reminds me of the game. Used to sport valleys and gazelles with black frames. Now I'm into fat chains. Fly new chicks and new kicks.
Represent, 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 represent.
No doubt, see my stats are fat. This is what it's about. Before the PDP conflict with MC Shan. Around the time with Shantae, just the real Roxanne. I used to wake up every morning, see my crew on the block. Every day's a different planet, had us running from cops. If it wasn't hanging out in front of spots, we was at the factory breaking the locks. Nowadays I need to in a flash just like the next man. A yard guard, let me see 100 grand. Could use a son being a wanted man, but if I hit rock bottom, then I'ma be the son of Sam. They call the crew to get live too with Sue Kim. This way the Jakes will never stop it. Is your brain on to all flop? The thugs, enough respect to the projects. I'm Ghost, one love.
Represent, y'all, represent, represent, y'all, represent, represent, y'all, represent, represent, y'all, represent.
One time for your mind. This goes out to everybody in New York that's living a real life in every projects all over. To my man Big Will, who's still here. The 40 side of Vernon. My man Big LES, Big CeeLo from the Dime, Sean Penn, the 40 Busters. My crew is Shorty Busters. The 41st side of Vernon Posse, the Goodfellas. My man Cormega, Lakey the Kid. Can't forget Drawers, the Hillbillies. My man Slate, Wallet Head, Black J, Big Oogie, Crazy Barrier Spot.
Big Dog,
We rock the man Malachi, PhD, and my man Primo from Gangstar.
94 real.
Yeah, yo, this. That's my man.
Let's
bring it back. That's just the warm us up, man. Cause we bugging.
Another one.
DJ Khaled.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Heat in this one. At the Staples Center, where the Clippers will try to turn it up on their home floor. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. So here's Miami's starting group. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. And it's Whiteside in the center, locking down the middle. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami at the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Dang with the bucket.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
A drive by Paul. Wade passes to Dragic. And he gets it to go.
And, you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second-best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Now here's Paul. Here's Griffin. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Whiteside inside. He's against Jordan. Dragic with a wide open look. And it's off from three-point range. Stevenson with it. Wade picks him up. Redick with the bucket.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
The drive by Wade. No good from Bosch. Redick dishes to Stevenson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
The feed to Wade. Stolen by Stevenson. Paul. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Paul's got his first bucket in this one. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by Miami. The dish to Dang. Shot clock at 6. From 15 feet away. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Redick passes to Jordan. And stolen by Whiteside. No good, unable to end this run.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, it looked good initially, but then broke down just as quickly. Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the poster.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Clippers leading by 5. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah,
Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. And matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Griffin dishes to Jordan. And Whiteside sends it back. They shoot again. And Jordan with the nice inside bucket. Jordan's got his second basket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Clippers have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Here's Griffin. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots. And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
And the Heat call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkey embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Stevenson can't hit.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Wade drives in and taken away by Paul to the inside. And it's Stevenson finishing it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. It's Crawford on the wing. Pierce kicks to Paul. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. There's going to be an Udrih. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Pierce with the steal. All alone. And he gets it to go. Pierce has got his first points in this one.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
So it's the Clippers now. 9-point game. Aldrich the pass to Paul. Here's the lob to the hoop. Kicks it out to Johnson. He feeds it to Paul. 11 feet away. Rebound by the Heat.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
Now here's Green following the shot by Chris Paul. And he gets it to go.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Crawford against Green. And that's a foul called on Beno Udrih. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't need to be blazing fast or quick to beat you. He can play seemingly on one leg and still dismantle a defense.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too. That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Kicks it to Johnson.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's deflected, and they get it back. Paul can't get it to go. The Heat trail 5-14. Pass to Green. Johnson up top. Pass to Paul. Down low. Here's Pierce. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Now here's Winslow. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Pierce kicks to Paul. And Pierce, here we go. No luck. And it's Miami the other way.
Well, use his body well to lean around the defender. It's always going to be difficult to convert that shot, though.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job. Excellent pass there to cap that break with an uncontested basket.
Paul dishes to Crawford. The kick out to Pierce. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him. They recover it. And Haslam kicks to Winslow. Over Smith. Winslow the pass to Stoudemire.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Crawford with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pocket 4. The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Jamal Crawford. Both free throws good from Crawford.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And taken away by Paul from 12 feet out. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, up 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Miami?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another thing, I mean, they've done a great job early of creating chaos on defense, being disruptive and getting steals through the first half of today's game.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Smith in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Wade drives in. The kick out to Dragic.
Up high and down hard with the one hand.
Got a little extra force for that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
And it's Paul missing. The Heat trail by 8. Deng kicks to Wade. Back to Deng. And stolen by Redick. And here they go. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And Stevenson's checked in for the Clippers. The Heat shooting wonderfully up to this point. 67%.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
Wade. The kick out to Dragic. That 3 off the mark. Kept alive. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 8 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Right side.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
The pass to Griffin. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6. And so he hits the technical free throw. And the Clippers have possession. At one point, they led by 16. Kicks it out to Stevenson. 6 to shoot. Shot, high post. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Johnson, he's checked in for Paul. The Heat trail by 9. Outside Dragic. Whiteside kicks to Dragic. Dishes it to Bosh. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Elbow shot is on the way. And it's sent back by Bosh. Stolen by Stevenson. It's deflected. Now Griffin. He's got 8. Here's Wade. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
here's Griffin. It's stolen by Dragic. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. Dragic dishes to Bosh. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career. But having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward.
Good on the second free throw. Well, getting back to Chris Bosh, it's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, you know, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Here's Dragic. The Clippers getting the bucket. He kicks to Wade. Jacks up a 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Reddit passes to Griffin. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Wade drives in. No good from Bosh. Clippers leading by 4. Stevenson again. Swing. Stevenson kicks to Redick. It's Redick on the wing. 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. And Blake Griffin again. Griffin's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Wade again. Stevenson. Bosh kicks to Dragic. Wade outside. Heat moving the ball around. Gang can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Pass to Redick. Griffin again. Bosh. Redick is in the corner. It's stolen by Wade. Poked away and taken away by Johnson. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now. Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Timeout call, the Heat. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Crawford in for Lance Stevenson. And it's the Clippers' ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run.
You know, and getting back to Wesley Johnson, you kind of want to kidnap him and just chain him to a set of weights. I mean, he has all the natural ability in the world to be a difference maker, but he just lacks the strength to do anything with it. I mean, a voracious competitor in college. He's been relegated to marginal production at the pro level, and I really feel like a lot of it is because he physically struggles at times at this level.
Count the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here's Whiteside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, on the topic of Wesley Johnson, I remember him in college. I remember the guy who took over games and even showed a certain toughness when he did it. He hasn't gotten to that point here in the pros, so he may soon be entering a crossroads in his career.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Smith has checked in. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
6 on the shot clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Paul's checked in for the Clippers. Wade kicks to Whiteside. To the paint. Here's Bosch.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
They set the pick. Now here's Crawford. It's Pierce on the wing. It's stolen by Dang. And it's Wade with the jam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one.
Here's Crawford with the 3.
Not a shot he should have taken in the face of such tough defense. He needed to get a better look.
Clippers leading by 3. And it's Paul penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got 10 points in the game.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
Dang can't get it to go.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Now here's Paul. 10 points for him. And it's Dragic off the drive. And the jam by Whiteside.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Offensive rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Screen by Smith. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Luol Deng at the line for your Clippers.
And guys, Josh Smith, an interesting blend of talents. A good defender, great finisher around the rim. Also an underrated passer at times for a big man.
Josh Smith, kind of a tweener. He spent some time at power forward. Clark, he spent some time at small forward. He's handled the ball. He's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, he is, but I think he's best, Kevin, working inside. He's gotten stronger. He's worked on his post game, and I think as time has passed, he's settled in as a full-time power forward. At least that's where he should settle into.
Paul for three. Shot is no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. Dragic. Out to Wade. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Bosh dishes to Dragic. Feeds it to Dang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Wade. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. The basket good off the assist from Wade. 9 points now in the game for Hassan Whiteside. Paul passes to Pierce. Back to Paul. He dishes it to Crawford. Here's Aldrich. Shot to stop the run. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at Blake Griffin in this game. He's been everywhere.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot. Even the tough...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. He's got 14 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Miami, Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Whiteside in the center. Unloads from 13. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got 9.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. Dang with it. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Griffin with the steal. And here comes the break. Here's Stevenson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Now here's Dragic. He has 5. Whiteside inside. He's against Jordan. Bosh misses.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And it's Stevenson missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder
back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Here's Jordan, and he can't jam it through. Here's Wade, and it's blocked by Stevenson. Here's Paul. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. That's 12 points for Chris Paul. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit. That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Was shot by Redick, no good. Paul with the steal, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Here's Stevenson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Stevenson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Woodruff, the pass to Winslow. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Timeout called, the Heat. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Here's Udrich. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
6 points given away on miscues. They can't afford many more if they're going to cut into this lead.
Now, here's Redick. He's got 9. Pulls it up. Paul's shot is off.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Green kicks to Haslem. Out to the right wing. There's Winslow. Clock at 6. Haslem dishes to Winslow. Buries it down low.
And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Stevenson left side. Deflects the pass. The drive by Green. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Udrich with the excellent feed that time.
And Beno Udrich, a 6'3 lefty combo guard out of Yugoslavia. He can run the pick and roll and has really improved from mid-range. Can square up and bury it at a moment's notice.
That's his first personal foul.
And Udrich lacks the quickness, Clark, to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, just by a step or two, and that's why he's better defending 2 guards. He does a much better job when he's matched up with 2s versus point guards.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Here's Udrich. Here's Haslem. Headed with the rebound. Johnson wide open. He fires. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. The Heat trail by 11. Here's Udrich. Right wing. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Ball outside. Picked by Griffin. Paul picks to Griffin. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And there's the feed to Green. Stoudemire the pass to Haslem. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And the dunk by Winslow.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Griffin dishes the ball. In transition, here comes Miami. Winslow's running. Out to Stoudemire. Over in the corner, Green. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Paul Pierce is checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. That's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. And Wesley Johnson with the slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Crawford kicks to Jordan. There's the dish to Paul. Crawford outside. Wants to get it to Pearson, does. 5 on the clock. Johnson from outside. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And here we go. Paul heading to the hoop. Here's the pass to Crawford. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Winslow. Now here's Crawford. Johnson dishes to Jordan. Johnson right side. Another miss by Johnson.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Smith checked in for the Clippers.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now here's Crawford. Jordan kicks to Paul. And he gets it to go. Paul's got 17.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. They only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. But, boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Now here's Crawford. He feeds it to Smith. The shot is off. Excellent D from Wade. Dragic the pass to Wade. Outside Bosch. Takes a three. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, the scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Wade dishes to Dang. Outside Bosch. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Dragic. Jordan the screen. The drive by Paul. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Chris Bosh. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnover.
Yeah, and they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Basket is good. The assist from Bosch. Bosch has got 3 assists in the game.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of 4s like that on draft night.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Wade again. It's Crawford. Paul gets to Jordan. Pass to Crawford. 6 to shoot. Paul with the 3. That's good. Paul's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Clippers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Dragic. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Wade. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Moves back up. No good. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. We've got Crawford. Smith out there with Griffin. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Redick in the 2 spot. That 2's out there for the Clippers. Wade kicks to Dragic. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix in 2 cents floor.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High-energy point guard. A lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And, Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3, or just taking it to the rack himself.
Here's Smith. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really hard.
The shot by Redick, no good.
And, you You know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
Wesley Johnson's checked in for Josh Smith. Right side. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on D. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
2 shots.
And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues and interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
The one thing that you can always say about Dwayne Wade is that he is at his best when the game is on the line. He truly lives for the big moments.
He does, and Wade has been in so many of those big moments over the course of his career. 5 trips to the NBA Finals, and he really does thrive under pressure.
Took him no time at all on that one. The Heat trailed by 6. It's Dragic with the drive. Right side, high post. The 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
For Wade, when it comes to being clutch, a lot of it is experience. I mean, it's not just during the playoffs. He knows when to step up in the 4th quarter during the regular season. Very productive in the 4th quarter from a scoring standpoint.
Wade averaged 7 points in the 4th quarter of last season. That was 3rd most in the NBA. A big part of it is how he can create his own shot. When the game is on the line, you want him on the floor with the ball in hand.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Wade on the wing. There's the pass to Bosh. It's stolen by Johnson. Crawford kicks to Griffin. Crawford passes to Reddick. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat trail by 6. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. It's tipped. Outside Dragic. Pass to Whiteside. Wade dishes to Dang. Again, the miss by the Heat. The pass to Griffin. And here we go. Wade with the block.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Here's Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin's got 5 points now this quarter. Dragic with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Dang against Griffin. And it's Wade in the corner. Lock at 6. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Jordan, he's checked in for Johnson. Now, here's Stevenson. Dishes it to Jordan. It's tipped. And Reddick gets to Crawford. Nails the 16-footer. And it's an 8-point Clipper lead. It's Dragic with the drive. Soft touch off the glass. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And it's Stevenson finishing it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Griffin passes to Crawford. Stevenson with it. He's picked up by Dang. Crawford kicks to Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson. The Heat trail by 8. Reddick against Wade. Shoots from 8. Back to Whiteside. That's good.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Stevenson dishes to Reddick. He kicks it to Jordan. Passes it to Stevenson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Clippers. Wade passes to Whiteside. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And it's Dragic with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Paul is good on Whiteside. Reddick dishes to Paul. Stevenson outside. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face.
Now Paul. Following the three-point attempt by Lance Stevenson. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. With the floater. They grab their own miss. Jordan the pass to Griffin.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And trying to find a way to get some traction, they've got to make the most of every possession here.
Yeah, 4 points off the miscues. And you're right, Clark. They've got to limit those mistakes.
Paul kicks to Griffin. It's hauled in by the Heat. In transition, here comes Miami. Dragic is running. Paul outside. Feeds it to Griffin. Back to Paul. He dishes it to Jordan. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Wade. And taken away by Paul. Poked loose. Stolen by Wade. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Dragic.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. To the middle. Jordan dishes to Griffin. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be Lance Stevenson. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year. In a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game. And that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game.
Dragic gets the Deng. And the jam by Whiteside.
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make at this stage of a really tight ball game.
Deng kicks to Bosh. The kick out to Deng. Here's Dragic from outside. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year, but the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
Pick by Griffin. A try by Paul. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop.
And that's when you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Griffin with the steal. Here's Redick. Looking to get it going. That ball. High speed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got his 4th assist in this one. And it's Dragic off the drive. Here's Wade. And it's blocked by Jordan. They recover it. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Dragic.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Paul passes to Griffin. The ball. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Redick kicks to Jordan. Paul, no one around him. And it's the Clippers scoring again. The Heat trail by 7. Stolen by Stevenson. Paul goes in. There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Stevenson. Just 5 to shoot. Redick. Here's Jordan. Tries again. He lays it in. And the Clippers lead by 9.
He got a great read of where that miss was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback. Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
The kick out to Dragic. And it's Deng in the corner. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Smith with the stop.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
So the Clippers with the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean,
and during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of person. The cult of person.